skills here! Ah! Ooh, I wonder what this letter could be.
Persona!
Oh my god! Oh my god! The Super Smash Bros. Franchise is 25 years old already, the same age as me. Throughout the years, we got a crap ton of amazing characters during the series, and words cannot express how grateful I am to Sakurai-san and his team. I mean, the Smash Ultimate DLC literally added my second most wanted, my third most wanted, and my fourth most wanted characters. How could I not be grateful? But a new Smash game is inevitable, and there are still lots of characters I would love to see make it in someday. Too many even. So today, I'm gonna share my current top 20 most wanted characters that I would love to see in Smash someday. There are a couple of rules though I'd like to address first. Number 1, only one character per franchise. Number 2, no PlayStation exclusive characters, as even though we have Xbox characters in Smash, I still think PlayStation characters are very unrealistic, sadly enough. Even though there are many characters that I personally would love to see in Smash, like Cat, Sly, Jack and more. With that said, let's get started!
3, 2, 1, go!
On number 20, I have Professor Herschel Layton. Now, I have no idea how a moveset for Professor Layton could work, but I don't care. Layton is an important character who deserves to be represented in Smash. And hey, at least he sometimes uses a rapier, I guess. Then again, there are hundreds, probably over 1000 puzzles in the Layton series that could potentially be referenced throughout this moveset. I'm sure Sakurai could make it work like he always has. Now if you'll excuse me, it's tea time. Next up I have Crystal from Star Fox. I'm not a furry, I swear! I know we already have 3 characters from this franchise in Smash, but let's be real here, their movesets are way too similar. Fox is a potato, Falco is a potato, and Wolf is... aardappel. Crystal, on the other hand, will not only give Star Fox some female representation, but her moveset can very easily be taken directly from Star Fox Adventures, where she and Fox use a staff. It will also indirectly represent WarioWare's cancelled Dinosaur Planet 2, which basically became Star Fox Adventures. Crystal could throw barrels, shoot elemental magic, and hey, perhaps Tricky could be a part of her moveset too. Now that would be so cool and cute at the same time. As for her stage, well, anywhere on Dinosaur Planet would be cool. Maybe Krazoa Palace? Whoa, Crystal! Is it just me or are you looking a little high right now? I choose you! Pikachu! Now I know that Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town is the protagonist of the Pokémon anime, but you could play as him in the third version of the Gen 1 game Pokémon Yellow. And I think it's high time Nintendo started representing their licensed TV shows in Smash for once. Also, Ash is one of the most popular and recognizable Nintendo characters ever, let's be real here. And come on, don't we all want to battle it out in Smash while the Season 1 opening plays in the background?
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Catch them, my real dance, bring them with my guns. Pokémon, oh, you're my best friend, in a world we must defend. Pokémon!
But Dylan, I hear you say, we already have Pikachu and Pokemon Trainer Red in Smash. Wouldn't Ash be too similar to both of them? Well, no. For many years there have been rumors that Red was maybe going to be playable himself in Brawl alongside Squirtle, Ivysaur and Charizard because of some unused animations that were found of him. Whereas in the final game he just stands there in the background. Well, let's take that idea and apply it to Ash. You run around as him, but he summons various Pokémon from the anime to help him depending on what move you're gonna use. For example, his side smash could be Sceptile using Leaf Blade. His recovery could be Pidgeotto or Butterfree carrying him similar to Olimar's winged Pikmin. His grabs? Heracross. Because Pikachu is already playable in Smash, he'll only be sitting on Ash's shoulder at all times. But he could participate in his final smash. What that final smash could be, I'm not sure. Maybe a Z move or the fat Pikachu Dynamax? Anything's possible. Now I want Alucard from Castlevania Symphony of the Night playable in Smash as much as the next guy. But I can only choose one character per franchise, and there is one Castlevania character I want to smash slightly more than Alucard. Maria Renard. Preferably her 12-year-old self instead of her adult self, because I think that will be funnier. I mean, just imagine her doing all these insane backflips in Smash. Whee! Just like Ash, she could summon her animal buddies like the doves or the dragon because, well, that's literally what she does in Castlevania. I don't really have anything else to say about her other than that I would love to have her as a joke character to troll people with, similarly to how I love to troll people with Isabelle. And that's kinda why I would slightly prefer her younger version for that troll factor. But I'd be perfectly happy with adult Maria too if she joined Smash instead. I mean, she's not as funny, but she's a badass instead. Now I hear you thinking, how the heck would the Smash moveset for Ashley Mizuki Robbins work? The answer to that, I don't know. But when I played another code Recollection earlier this year, I loved the game and its characters so much that I think this niche Nintendo franchise deserves to be represented in Smash in the form of a playable character and stage. If Sakurai can make movesets for Mr. Game & Watch, Wii Fit Trainer, Duck Hunt Duo, and more crazy characters, then why not Ashley too? I mean, Ayumi Tachibana from the Famicom Detective Club games was almost playable in Melee, so... Speaking of Ayumi, the reason she's not on my list is because I still haven't had the opportunity to play her games yet, but I'm sure that I would love to see her in Smash 2 someday. Same thing goes for Isaac from Golden Sun and Cal Hyde from Hotel Dusk. I just haven't played their games yet, but I already know that I probably want them in Smash once I've played their games. Perhaps Ashley could take pictures or something to fight. Maybe even selfies. Aw, don't look sad, Ashley. There now, that's a much better selfie. I guess Ashley could also perhaps play the guitar in her moveset? And one last thing. I really want to beat up other characters as Ashley while the credits music from Recollection plays in the background. That would be so epic. Oh, and I want this song too.
Hey, Juliet,
Alrighty, we're going from one Ashley to yet another, no pun intended. Also, we had an Ash too. Ashley has been a fan favorite WarioWare character that people want in Smash for a while now. Right now she's an assist trophy, but she deserves better, let's be honest. How cool would it be to fight as an actual witch in Smash? No offense Bayonetta, but you're not a real witch in my eyes unless you have a wand and a broom. Speaking of her broom, it would make for a great recovery, and Red could assist her with some of her moves too. He could drop bombs, I guess. And let's not forget about the spellbook. That guy could be a great final smash. Or the giant flesh-eating plant. That would work as well. As for alternate colors, look no further than the endless amount of colors from Warrior I Get It Together, including a zombie color scheme. Spooky. Now on number 14, I have a character who I personally think will never make it into Smash, not even as a cameo, but he has a special place in my heart and is making a comeback very soon. Argonaut's mascot, Croc. You guys remember Argonaut, right? The studio that helped with the first 2 Star Fox games? They wanted to make a Yoshi game, Nintendo said no, and so they made their own version of Yoshi on PlayStation, Sega, PC, and even the Nintendo Game Boy Color. Now Croc doesn't really do much besides tail whipping and ground pounding, and the occasional vehicle in Croc 2 I guess. But hey, that's still way more than Duck and Duo and Rob did before they joined Smash. And come on, don't we all want to see a Yoshi versus Croc fight? And just look at this! This would make for a great dodge animation for Croc, it's perfect! And imagine the music we could get if Croc joined Smash. It would be godlike, and I will ascend to heaven right away if that happens. As for Croc's victory team, look no further than... Now, before you click the dislike button and close the video, I just want to say that the next character is not 100% a Fire Emblem character. They're also a Shin Megami Tensei character. Well, sort of. Now, ever since Tokyo Mirage Sessions released on the Wii U, I've wanted to see either the main protagonist Itsuki or his friend Tsubasa Oribe in Smash. Now, although she's not the protagonist, my ultimate pick goes to Tsubasa. I mean, even Smash Ultimate chose her over Itsuki as the one and only spirit representing the game, so... With the help of Fire Emblem character Shida, Tsubasa can transform into a Pegasus Knight. She has moves and spells from both the Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei series that she can use, and she wields a mean lance. Due to her status as an idol, she has plenty of alternate costumes to choose from in addition to the usual Smash recolors, which is pretty cool. And thanks to the session mechanic, other party members could potentially be summoned either during certain regular moves or just as a final smash, which could probably work better to represent this mechanic. However, I have some other ideas for her final smash as well. ID number 2 is the special move Grand Finale, where she and Shida ram into all their enemies with a high-tech Pegasus. And my last ID for her final smash is one of her idol performances. That's right, in her game, performances like singing and acting can be used as attacks, so any of Tsubasa's singing performances, sometimes in duet, could also be used as a final smash. Seriously, Tokyo Mirage Sessions has such a great soundtrack. It's a crime that none of the vocal songs are in Smash yet. And last but not least, here's an example of what her victory team could sound like, plus one of her 3 potential victory animations. Next up I have... What is that? It is Amaterasu, mother of all that is good. Now this would make for a fun character in Smash. Amaterasu from the hit game Okami. Coming up with the moveset for her is so easy. She has so many weapons, like swords and whips. Does Smash even have whip users yet? And no, Violet's final smash doesn't count. She can also shoot beats like a pea shooter, but what makes Amy, I'm going to call her Amy now, really stand out is her celestial powers. Slashing her opponents by simply drawing a line, summoning bombs by drawing a bomb, controlling the power of water, ice and fire, blowing away your opponents by drawing a gust of wind. There are so many possibilities. For her grab, I thought it would be funny if she could carry characters just like DK, but it looks like those characters are riding Amy instead before Amy throws them off. That would be hilarious. She has so many cool melee moves too, both on the ground and in the air. But most importantly, she can deal damage by peeing and pooping on her foes. I am not kidding, this is a thing you can do. Pee on Mario, poop on Donkey Kong, pee on Olimar, pee on Bayonetta, pee on Carl, poop on Shulk, pee on DT, poop on Kirby. Kirby eats a turret. Kirby has transformed into Turret Kirby. For her alternate costumes, they could perhaps use these alternate dog races and the ultra realistic Amy. I think that would be cool. As for her victory team and one of her victory animations, I mean, what else but this one? My favorite disease! Now coming up with the moveset for Klonoa may seem a bit tough at first, I have to admit. He just grabs and throws, grabs and double jumps, and he can float a little, I guess. But with a little creativity, I'm sure a moveset can be made for him. Like maybe he could summon his waterboard slash snowboard to ram into his opponents? Or here's a cool idea for a recovery that could deal lots of electric damage. Klonoa grabs this enemy out of nowhere and tries to bump into his opponents with it. He can hit them from above and from below at the same time. That could be really fun and satisfying. Another idea I have is that Klonoa could summon one of these tornadoes to catch his opponents with. They'll be trapped for a little while and anyone can deal damage during that, but if they're good enough at button mashing, they could still escape quickly. I guess he could maybe throw a beach ball around too? There's also a Japanese exclusive Klonoa action RPG. I played it for a bit, but all I could do at the beginning of the game was inflate enemies by spamming the ring. I don't know if Klonoa unlocks more moves in that game that would fit Smash really well, but I sure hope so. Let's take a look at the Klonoa wiki. Oh, these moves look perfect for Smash. And hey, my tornado ID wasn't so far off from something that actually exists after all. Okay, I have a lot more faith in the Klonoa moveset for Smash now. As for his stage, I was thinking of multiple areas from the series. Windy Village, the Carnival, Volk City, the Moon Kingdom, so many great possibilities. Also, I think Klonoa and Sora would really hit it off well. I mean, Klonoa literally is a dream eater if you think about it. Oh god, I have a terrible idea for a character reveal trailer. It's just a Klonoa 1 ending, but the next dream Klonoa ends up in is just Smash Brothers, and he's just too depressed to fight. And Pac-Man is all confused on why Klonoa is wearing merchandise of him. Great stuff. Oh yeah, and here is his victory team. Alright, there are still 10 more characters left, but this video is running a little bit long, so let's continue this next time with my top 10 most wanted Super Smash Bros. Characters. See you then! Next time on DylanBandicoot. You will never take me alive!